Hi guys, welcome to MELS, Media Education Learning Simpler, where we sail through all your academic worries from the field of media and communications. Let us proceed with today's discussion. Hi, today we are talking about print media, and the topic that we are discussing is journalistic writing and editing. Professor Noam Chomsky, celebrated across different spheres of media education, said the duty of journalists is to tell the truth. Journalism means you go back to the actual facts, you look at the documents, you discover what the record is, and you report it that way. The primary function of journalists is to inform the public by reporting on local, national, and global news and events. Given that, journalists strive to write articles that have wide appeal and can be easily understood. A news story has a hierarchy of information, beginning with the main points at the top of the piece. News articles follow a specific set of guiding principles for grammar and vocabulary. It's the way of disseminating information that makes most sense to the readers of the publication. Journalism relies heavily on the truth, facts, current events, and knowledge. This is what makes journalistic writing challenging and demanding. To ensure journalists can easily determine how much attention should be given to a news item and to measure the newsworthiness of any incident, we have news values, which help identify the factors that will engage the attention from the audience's end. News values are 7 in number. Impact establishes the importance of the piece to the readers and the consequences for them. Timeliness is the factor that makes the story come to the light. What is new in the news? It's timeliness. Proximity is the geographic connection that people may have with a news item. Where did it happen? Prominence. Names make news. If a well-known person is involved with something, it becomes news. Conflict, crime, politics, war, sports, business all have elements of conflict. Disagreements always catch the public's attention. Currency means that an idea's time has come. When a topic ceases to provide any new information, we say it has lost currency or become stale. Last but not the least is unusual. Man bites dog is an unusual piece of news. Such extraordinary and unexpected news always generates interest. Let us now discuss at least one news item pertaining to one of these news values each. Drop your comments on this. Now we move to the news writing styles. The most commonly practiced news writing style is the inverted pyramid style, where the most significant information is given out in the initial lines, followed by the rest of the information in a descending order of importance. The beginning 1 to 2 sentences are referred to as the lead of the article, where the 5 W's and 1 H of journalism are answered: who, what, where, when, why, and how. The middle portion of the article is referred to as the body. Here we find a bulk of information that would not fit into the lead but tells us importantly about the rest of the story. It contains pertinent information with regards to the story. The end of the article is referred to as the tail, which has the least important information that pertains to the article. For example, the tail may contain information for an upcoming event related to the article or what may happen in the forthcoming days. We also have the hourglass style of news writing, which can be divided into 3 parts. The top, where you deliver the news in a summary lead, enough to satisfy a time-pressed reader. It is generally limited to very few initial paragraphs. The turn is where one signals the reader that a narrative, usually chronological, is beginning. And finally, the narrative is the part which allows the writer to tell a chronological narrative complete with a detailed dialogue and background information. The narrative style of news writing has a beginning, middle, and end, just like a story. Narratives should be short and to the point and used only where telling a personal story helps to convey the point of the article, where we require story and character development like for news features. Now we discuss soft news and hard news. Hard news refers to the news stories that have a big impact on the society as a whole and need to be reported urgently. They are factual stories with data concerning events that are potentially available to analysis. Examples include news on politics, crime, economics, riots, etc. Soft news, on the other hand, refers to stories that provide other background information about world events, human interest stories, and entertainment news. Since these stories do not deal with serious subjects, they are labeled as soft. Examples include celebrity news or human interest stories that deal with emotions. The writing styles for both of these differ significantly. As the hard news stories are supposed to be strictly objective, the journalist need not give her or his opinion on the story, but should provide facts as and how they are. Soft news can be subjective and do not follow the inverted pyramid. Now, I would brush upon the various kinds of news stories found in a newspaper. These will be discussed elaborately in future videos. A feature story is something soft and puffy, a light read written with a creative flair for the arts or the fashion or on any subject, employing a more leisurely pace than news stories. It may or may not be tied to a current event. An article discusses the current recent news of common interest or a very specific topic. It may be tied to a specific news item or may be similar to a feature in nature. Despite the purpose, an article is distinct from both a news report and a regular feature. A column is a recurring piece or article in a newspaper, magazine, or any other publication where a writer expresses their own opinion in few columns allotted to them by the newspaper or the magazine. It is often personal, using the first and second person. An editorial, on the other hand, is a piece written by the senior editorial staff or publisher of the publication, published on a dedicated page called the editorial page. It is commonly known as the voice of the publication itself. A review is an evaluation of a movie, video game, a musical composition, car, appliance, or anything else. More loosely, an author may review current trends, items, or anything else that appears frequently in the news. The reviewer offers a description of the material and explains whether it was a positive or negative experience to watch, use, read, or listen to it. Whereas a journalistic interview takes the form of a conversation between two or more people where the interviewer asks questions to elicit facts or statements from the interviewees. The interview is one of the most important tools we as journalists have to obtain information and to clarify facts and see them from different perspectives. Now we have to talk about news editing. Editing is the process of selecting and preparing writing information which can involve correction, condensation, organization, and many other modifications performed with an intention of producing a complete work. Editors are endowed with so many responsibilities that multiple editorial positions are required to complete the editorial job. The editorial department forms the backbone of any newspaper organization. The main responsibilities of the department are gathering news, selecting which news and features get to be published in the paper, editing the news and features that have been selected for the purpose of publication, and then laying them out for the final print. The distinct roles of an editor, managing editor, city editor, copy editor, and news reporter are laid down in front of you for better understanding and clarification. The editor is responsible for all of the editorial content of the newspaper. He is supported or assisted by others such as managing editor, city editor, editorial page editor, sub-editor, chief copy editor, and copy editor, who have their own distinct roles, some of which are specified here. Again, the editorial positions of an organization are not hard and fast and may be adorned using different names in different organizations. With this, we come to an end of our discussion on journalistic writing and editing, and we will keep on discussing the varied facets of print media in the forthcoming videos. Thank you. So that was all for today. I hope you liked this video. Do share it with friends who you think may benefit from this. If you have any doubts or suggestions, do reach out to me in the comment section or on the FB page. Hope to see you soon with the next discussion. Thank you.